everybody, and welcome to W3L Wrestling Show here in the W3L network. I, of course, am Stevie Wizard. Thank you for subscribing. Thanks for being part of this episode, because it's been an eventful couple of weeks here in W3L. I'm sure you've seen the footage of the fallout from Resolution 10, the situation with the heavyweight title. Let's not rehash it. If you've not seen it, head into the network. The video footage is up there. You can see it for yourself. All I will say is this. Joe Coffey, the man who challenged for that heavyweight title in the main event of Resolution 10, has been promised by W3L management that he will receive a championship match at an upcoming W3L event. Where and when hasn't been determined yet, but Joe Coffey has a title match in the bag. And what's going to happen in this week's match may well affect who he faces. By hook or by crook, Joey Legend is still heavyweight champion, but he has got one of his biggest tests of his championship reign in just a few moments. He's in a triple threat match against two men that he has certainly crossed paths with in the past year. Nathan Reynolds, the longest reigning heavyweight champion in history, was taken out on a stretcher by Joey Legend after Legend beat him in that 4-way at our anniversary episode last year. The merchandise Mike Musso, he's also been taken out on a stretcher by Joey Legend. So these two men have revenge in mind, but also have an eye on the heavyweight title. Can either Reynolds or Musso unseat Joey Legend? And what about the fact that Musso wrestled Reynolds in Resolution 10? What about the fact that these two men have had this sporting rivalry of late? Will that cause issues between the two? Will jealousy rear its ugly head? Will Joey Legend find a way to escape with the heavyweight title again? There's no point delaying. Let's immediately get you to ringside for this triple threat heavyweight title match. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Joe Fordyce with you on Wrestling Showdown, and we have got one heck of a triple threat match for you this week. We have got the heavyweight title on the line. Joey Legend defends against two former champions. The longest reigning champion in history, Nathan Reynolds, and the man who's held the title more than anybody else, Mike Musso. It's arguably his two biggest rivals up against him in this match. And if you're at Resolution 10, you will have seen everything that went down, the controversy over what happened in the main event. The upshot of all is Joey Legend is still champion, and Musso and Reynolds, after having a phenomenal contest with each other at Resolution 10, are facing him, and Legend realises now the trouble he's in, because look at this, it's like the two of them are ganging up on him. There is no love lost between these two as Legend goes to the floor to escape. It's a fairly smart move, you have to think,
Musso and Reynolds have suffered at the hands of Joey Legend. He's had them stretchered out from shows. He's beaten them black and blue. He's retained the title at every single turn, and they'd love to get their hands on him. They'd love to be the man that finally defeats the seemingly undefeatable Joe E. Legend. But he, of course, isn't going to stay in the ring where it's going to be a handicap situation. And the last time he faced both men at once was on our anniversary show back in December of last year, when he actually won the title right here on the W3L network. It was Reynolds, Musso, Legend and James Scott in that 4-way contest. And Legend's stalling, he's not going to get in. Legend knows that both Musso and Reynolds will tear him limb from limb if they're able to. And both men just taking the gentleman's agreement, is just wait this one out. And Musso and Reynolds lock up. Now again, these two men have fought numerous times. That was part of the reason they fought at Resolution 10, because they still had something to prove to each other. It was a phenomenal contest if you saw it. Of course, they battled at 7 Deadly Sins earlier in the year, and we went to that time limit draw during the semi-finals, so they know each other really well. I think they have settled their issues, their friendly rivalry, shall we say, at Resolution 10, and both men now focused on the title. Reynolds blocks the hip toss, but Musso strikes a forearm and then lands the hip toss. And Legend straight in. Remember, first pinfall will win this match. It's not elimination. So if Legend has scored the 3 count there, he would have retained the title. And these are the sneaky tactics I think that he's going to have to employ. Legend's obviously going to feel this match is effectively a handicap match, and in many ways it's going to be. I think we'll see what Musso and Reynolds do, but as you've seen in triple threat matches here on Showdown in the past, invariably one guy goes for a pin and the third man breaks it up because he wants the victory. Again, there can only be one winner in this match, and Legend hopes that it's him, as does indeed Musso and Reynolds as well. They hope it's themselves. Reynolds says Musso off the ropes, and Reynolds with a reversal and a drop kick right in the chin. Now these two men do. Oh, look at this, Legend again. Slides in and immediately escapes again. Not able to keep Musso down long enough. And in these kind of matches, when it's the first pinfall to score the victory, the count out rule and even the disqualification rule does not apply. Because of course, if one guy gets counted out, there's still 2 guys left, so who's won? I'm sure if you're a regular viewer of Wrestling Showdown, or did you come to W3L live events, you know the history with these 3 men, because Legend made such a big statement when he arrived in W3L, beating Mike Musso back in June of last year. What was a thrilling contest. Musso faced Legend back in February at Remedy, came so close to being champion on that date. I see both Musso and Reynolds much more sportsmanlike than if Legend was in there, just testing each other, seeing who's the better man. Musso hooks up Reynolds, who blocks the vertical suplex attempt. This is the problem when you know each other so well. Neither man getting it an inch, and Musso is the one that takes the suplex. And in comes Legend, covers Reynolds, but gets fired onto Musso. And back on him. He's being bounced around here. He's trying to cover anybody, and it would not work, and Legend goes to the floor yet again. Sneaky tactics on behalf of the champion. We last saw Joe Legend in action on Showdown back in August, battling El Technico, who was of course chosen for him by Joe Coffey, the man he faced at Resolution 10. And like I say, if you were at Resolution 10, you'll know just how awesome that match was between Coffey and Legend. And Legend's backed up in that brick wall called Nathan Reynolds. A desire for the brawl. and he's being bounced between these two pillars of granite, Musso and Reynolds. Referee Thomas Kearns can really stand on ineffectually. Can't really do too much because it's within the letter of the law as it pertains to the rules of this match. And Legend being knocked around, his face being rammed in the ring apron. Remember, of course, it's the hardest part of the ring, there's no padding on that. And yet again, he tastes the apron, and Legend can be reeling here. One more, says Reynolds. And Legend collapses on the floor, and the popular Musso and Reynolds combination have this match going their way, it seems. Finally, Joe Legend rolled into the ring. I'm trying to beg off. Like I said before, he realizes this is technically a handicap match, and look at this. Putting the boots to him. And after all he's done throughout this past year or so, can you blame them? Legend dropped that double clothesline. Again, he's assaulted ring announcers, he's assaulted referees, various wrestlers. He even used his expensive army of lawyers to make sure that he walked out of Wrestling 10 still officially champion. There is no depths to which this man will not stoop, it has to be said. And this could be the night he gets his comeuppance, but as we've seen in the past, Legend always finds a way to retain as Musso goes in for the cover. And there's what I was talking about earlier. Now Reynolds goes in, both men want to be champion. Reynolds wants to prove that his longest reigning heavyweight title reign in history wasn't a fluke. Musso wants to prove that he has still got enough to become a 5-time champion. As down goes Legend. Both men agreeing there. But I think they maybe need to get rid of Legend. I mean, of course, both men, they want to win the title, but they love to be the one pinning Joe Legend to get it. How sweet would that be? Musso hits a clothesline. Reynolds follows up. There's a big avalanche. And they're just taking turns while Thomas Kearns blocks her view. And Legend, now he caught Reynolds and has thrown him to the floor, and he drops the oh my god elbow. Best thing he could have done. Let's clear one opponent out of the ring and stay on the other, because Legend is, you could argue, he's a fresher man in this match after the past minute or so, I'm not that sure, but he wasn't engaged in the back and forth stuff between Musso and Reynolds at the beginning of the match, so Legend hasn't taken the beating yet that both men have, as Musso bounces out the corner, hitting those turnbuckle pads really heavily, whole ring shaking. Musso not quite done yet though. And Legend just trying to keep Reynolds away. Introducing Musso to every corner pad, it seems like Musso's blocked it. And now it's Legend. These fans count along. And Legend collapses to be Musso's opportunity, and he misses the elbow drop. Legend not out of it as much as I thought he might have been. Going for that forearm. But Reynolds grabs the feet. Again, in these matches you've got to watch your opponent. And they start fighting slightly out of camera range, unfortunately. Musso getting back to his feet. Of course, Legend pinned Reynolds to win the title back in December of last year on Showdown, as I said. He then followed that up with a match where, he was disqualified against him, but Reynolds was taken out on the stretcher. He was just biding his time and lands a clothesline on both men off the ring apron. Apologies for the camera view, ladies and gentlemen, but all hands are on deck here. We know how violent a champion Joey Legend can be, as does Musso and Reynolds as well. Oh, Musso runs right into that ring post. And something we never thought about is W3L has square ring posts. A lot of places have circular ring posts. It's because when you hit a circular post, you tend to like glide round it and almost bounce off. With a square post, there's an edge. It's not sharp, but there is an edge to it. So of course, it can do you slightly more damage depending on what angle you hit it at. And these ring posts in W3L are really heavy and rock solid. And this has allowed Legend just to club away. And you can see he's gained the advantage now over two men. Just shows how good Legend is. And if he only didn't feel the need to break the rules and to injure people left, right and centre, I think he'd be lauded as one of the very best in W3L. Reynolds fighting back. Such a popular guy is Nathan Reynolds, all the fans behind him. So he charges, but Legend that one step ahead. There's the downside to familiarity. When you know what your opponent's going to do, you have an inkling that Reynolds is going to charge with a spear, you move out the way. And Reynolds goes head first into that solid metal post. Legend dragging him to his feet. If he can roll him and then get a quick pin, this will be over. But Legend spotted Mike Musso climbing on the apron and gets rid of him. Telling Thomas Kearns to move out the way. As he lands that running leg drop. Nobody does it any better than Joey Legend. But Nathan Reynolds, having tasted it before, knows how to kick out of it. And he has got fight left in him. He's not going to go down that easily. Musso went down slightly more easily, right off the apron to the hard wooden floor. It's a bad spill for him. I know all three men are kind of banged up from the resolution matches. They've had a fairly tough time of it over the past week or thereabouts. From trading blows. Reynolds squashes Joe Legend in the corner with that clothesline. And there goes Reynolds. You can see the pain racing through his body as he hit those turnbuckle pads. And Legend just becomes so methodical when he's got the advantage. Reynolds launched him overhead. I thought he was going to go for the spinebuster, but suplex him. Perhaps he did it to confuse Legend as he goes to the pin. Legend kicking out. Maybe Legend thought he was going to get a spinebuster, but got launched through the air. And speaking going through there, Musso up on the top turnbuckle. What is happening here? I don't think either guy spots him. And Musso with a double body press. Not something we see Musso do very often, but he's willing to throw everything at this. The heavyweight title is on the line. Every single fan in this building, and I'm sure every fan watching, want to see the title taken away from Joe E. Legend. And if it's going to go on anybody, Reynolds, Musso, either of those two men would be a more than worthy champion. But of course, wanting the belt off Legend and getting off him are two different things. Just as Joe Coffey has Legend with that right hand. And all three men trading shots, because they ultimately know there can be no friends in this, there can be no allies. Only one man can score a pin or a submission. Musso teeing off on anyone. Let's hope Thomas Kearns stays away from him, else he might be liable to get clobbered. And both men bump heads. And Musso a clothesline. Doing a bit more flying about than normal. But he obviously feels this is what he has to do. And again, having wrestled Legend so many times, having wrestled Nathan Reynolds so many more times, both men know what Musso's capable of and the moves he likes to use. He lands a big splash. It's going to seal it, I think. But Nathan Reynolds kicking his friend right in the ribs, saying, no, I want this one. And he just dumps Musso down. For a year, Reynolds has been attempting to get this title back. As he spinebusters Joey Legend, this could be the time that he does it. In for the cover, but Musso breaking it up. And Reynolds getting frustrated, I think, not happy with this. And Musso not happy either. Both men want this title so badly. It validates both men's existence. Everyone in W3L wants to be the heavyweight champion, bar none. from somebody who's just debuted in the Action Academy to somebody who's been around for decades. There's Reynolds. Oh, hang on, Musso's got up on his shoulders. He's going for the blunt force trauma, but Legend breaks it up. Obviously has a plan in mind. Reynolds rolling to the side of the ring for some respite, and a spinning punch. The punches normally are technically illegal, but of course, as I said, there's no DQ in this match. Legend unhappy with that, claiming it should have been a 3. Thomas Kern saying nope, just a 2 count. Mike Musso, oh, explodes at the corner. And another clothesline. Don't think Legend was expecting that one. Musso going for the face buster, and that's exactly what it is. Legend reeling, takes that knee lift, and Musso's got him hoisted up blunt force trauma. If he hits this, it's over, and that's exactly what it is. Mike Musso is your new W3L heavyweight champion. But wait, he saw Reynolds. He saw Nathan Reynolds coming, and he purposely broke up the pinfall attempt to get rid of Nathan Reynolds. And a face buster to the one to watch. And another knee lift. Reynolds slumping in the corner. Oh, but Joe Legend took advantage of a distracted Musso clobbered, and this could be all. We could have Joe Legend retaining the title, but he doesn't. Mike Musso kicking out at this one. And all 3 men down. All 3 men have thrown everything they've got so far at each other in this match. What will it take to gain that all important 3 count? Musso could have had it after blunt force trauma, but he saw Reynolds. He knew he had to cut him off. Reggie gets caught. He went the high rent district. Musso's got hold of him. Legend begging off, and just gets slammed off the top turnbuckle right in the middle of the ring. Another blunt force trauma, I feel, and it is. Musso hits this, it's over. Reynolds with a spear, and he hits Mike Musso right in the midsection, and he goes in for a cover. Nathan Reynolds covers him and scores the pin. Nathan Reynolds has won the title. So the one to watch, Nathan Reynolds hits a spear off the middle rope onto Mike Musso. Legend falls to the floor. Reynolds pinned Musso. He's now a 2-time champion. Legend has finally been defeated, but he wasn't pinned though. But look at this, he's crawling back at the ring and just smacks Nathan Reynolds. What a sore loser. Probably going to get his army of lawyers involved again, I'm guessing. Just putting the hurting on Nathan Reynolds. Hang on. And Legend saying to Musso, let's team up together, you and me, let's put him out for good. He wants to gain Musso's help and permanently injuring Nathan Reynolds. Come on, Musso, surely you wouldn't do that. Is Musso? Surely Musso's not going to. And he doesn't! Mike Musso tees off on Joey Legend and nails us in forearms. Clearly friendship stronger than this. And a double clothesline, and they've taken out the trash. Joey Legend sent to the floor. Mike Musso taking his defeat in a good way. Or is he? He's got hold of that title. He did get pinned by Nathan Reynolds, and he's holding on that belt. I know Musso wants this so badly. And ladies and gentlemen, the friendship between Reynolds and Musso still strong. Musso raises his best friend's hand. Nathan Reynolds becomes this 2-time W3L heavyweight champion here this week on Wrestling Showdown.
Yes, you dancer! He's won! I cannot believe it, isn't it? So, oh my god, we're back. Sorry, I didn't realise we were back. Sorry, I'm celebrating. What do you expect? Joey Legend has been beaten for the heavyweight title. Yeah, okay, I've got a drink. So I've been waiting for this for a long time, a whole year, and finally Legend has lost the belt. Happy. I'm losing my train of thought here. And Nathan Reynolds, and now a 2-time champion, very worthy champion, in my opinion. There's Nathan Reynolds shirt available from all W3L live events, of course. This is fantastic. Sorry, it's a touch unprofessional, but you know what? celebrations need to be made. Legend has lost the belt, Reynolds won it. This is fantastic. And if you want to celebrate with Nathan Reynolds as heavyweight champion, you want to be in a jubilant mood, and why wouldn't you? Let's be honest, no Legend is champion anymore. We've got three live events next week coming up, 21st, 22nd and 23rd of October. The 21st we're in Wester Hills, 22nd is Glenrothes, and on the 23rd we're going to be in Dunbar. Ladies and gentlemen, I know what you're thinking, W3L is great, and it's great, best bit live, even better live than on screen, but that's good too. So make sure you subscribe and don't miss an episode of Wrestling Showdown. But if you want to see us live, come to West Hills. Grado's going to be there. Everyone loves Grado, right? Of course they do. Even the shadow in the background. He loves Grado too. So make sure you see Grado on Wester Hills in the 21st, or words to that effect. Then, the next day, this Saturday, it's Glenrothes. It's our championship showdown event. One of the biggest shows we presented since Resolution. Probably the biggest. But anyway, Nathan Reynolds, the new champion. Yes! He's going to be defending the title against Mark Coffey. Yeah, Mark Coffey. And you remember at the start of the show, how long was that? Whatever it was, before the match. If he wins, his brother Joe has a championship opportunity. Now maybe we'll see brother versus brother. Oh, that's possible. We could see Mark against Joe, because that's never been done before. Well, not in WCL. So, Mark Coffey challenges Nathan Reynolds for the heavyweight title in Glenrothes. And you want to talk titles? What about Sarah? Oh, what about Sarah? 3-time women's champion now. Only woman in history to hold the belt 3 times. Won it at Resolution 10. Apologies if you didn't know that, but when it was a week or more back, you should know the results by now. She makes her defence of the title against Sammy Jane in Glenrothes. That's going to be awesome. Her as well. And the tag titles. We have new tag champs. Who the man? Johnny Lyons. Who else? The man? Lucian Maynard Smith as well, obviously. They too are the new tag champs. Will be defending the belts in Glenrothes too. Look, ladies and gentlemen, that's an awesome show. Make sure you're there. You can get tickets for that one and one before and one after, wherever they are. From our website, w3wrestling.com. Use Showdown for 20% off, because you can, why not? And of course, make sure you've liked us on Facebook, give us a follow on Twitter, use the hashtag that's written up above the screen. I'm not going to repeat it, you see it every week, why would I need to? And make sure you subscribe to this, and make sure you're back here in 7 days time. And you know what that means? You have 7 days to celebrate the fact that Joe E. Legend is no longer the champion. No lawyers this time, no shenanigans. I was nowhere near the ring. I'm not being held accountable. Legend, you lost. And about time too. Nathan Reynolds is the new champion. And I'm in a celebratory mood. And I have to celebrate some more. And I will hopefully be in a fit state to present this next week. So I will see you in 7 days time here on Wrestling Showdown.